views, thoughts, and opinions expressed in this podcast are the content creator's own and do not represent the views, thoughts, and opinions of Essex County College. The material and information presented here is for entertainment and informative purposes only. It should not be considered as professional advice or a substitute for seeking professional guidance.
Okay. Stay. In your lane. What we said? Stay. In your lane. What we said? Ready, set, goes. Ready, set, goes. Ready, set, goes. How you guys doing? I'm back. Guys, so I'm actually going to be a host for the Women Rules. And you already know that March is Women Month, okay? Yes, it's Motivational Month. So I'm going to be having a forum for motivation on Wednesday, March the 12th at 1 p.m. in the Singler Hall, okay? And it's what? Start unknown, finish unforgettable. So I hope you guys here on campus, at Essex County campus, come over and check it out. You understand? Let's have a talk. I'm going to be giving you guys maybe some inspirational stories, some motivational advice. We're just going to talk, you understand? That's what it is because, listen, mental health is real, and let's not pretend because everybody's going through something and we be running away. And listen to me, the more you run, just know it's going to creep right back to you, all right? If you look back, you're going to see your shadow. So, as you already know, it's your girl, Samanta. Welcome to the podcast. Stay in your lane. Yes, and you know I'm the president for the podcast club. I hope you guys go and check us out at SLAOESSEX on YouTube and also SLAOESSEX on Spotify. And that's where you get all my latest episode. Or you can also follow me on Instagram. Whenever there's a new episode, I always do a drop, some promotion. It's stay_in-your-lane_podcast. And let's join in on the fun, right? Let me know you guys' thoughts on each episode because, I always ask you guys something. So back in the studio with me, as I told you guys, we're going to be having part 2 because of this story, an inspirational one. All right. So we have the amazing Jeri.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
How are you?
I'm all right. It was a good day.
It was?
A good day.
How was part? Oh, was part 1 before we sit down?
Look, man, it's the first time. I like it.
Huh?
It's the first time I like it.
You do?
Caught me by surprise. I'm learning as we go.
I caught you by surprise? With what? Tell the audience. Tell my potters. Let them know.
I'm keeping it for my podcast.
Okay. I like that. He said he's keeping it for his podcast. That's going to be an introduction. All right. What are you keeping for your podcast?
How I feel about this.
How you feel about that? Okay, I like it. So you already know. I'm like the first one whenever someone record an episode, Joe always send it to me because I listen. So for any fathers that are out there, especially when you're a new one, not on the existing one, that's many of them that been here before me, but like for new ones, he would send it to me, ask me what you think about it and stuff. Because at the end of the day, we're all here to support each other, all right? And then that's just how it go. And I'm the president for the club. I give advice here and there. There's many people, like the new one, it's called The Loner. That's with John. I don't know if you have listened to it. He took him maybe 3 clubs before he eventually dive into his own podcast. So got to give that motivational talk, got to get into it. He's actually studying the same thing that you are studying, too, new media technology. So I would definitely be listening to see what you say about this.
It's not going to be too bad, I promise.
Even if it's bad, I turn anything bad into good. You got to turn the negative into positive, all right? Can't too dwell on the negative. It pulled you back. You know that?
Yeah.
All right. So from our last talk, you were talking about your car accident.
Yeah.
I want us to dive. We're just going to dive right back into it. So.
Sure.
Being a rebellious kid. The gentleman drove off. Guys, just to catch you guys up for anyone that's, just diving into this episode. So sat down with Jeri earlier, and he talked about, his life coming to college, past experience, degree. He's currently studying new media technology, right?
Yeah.
We had a kind of long talk about how it is when you sharing traumatic story. And now we're just diving back into things, all right, with him sharing a story that maybe kind of changed his life.
I would say this is one of my pivotal moments in my life.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
it is.
I was always a fast kid. I was always going around. I was always moving.
Okay.
I was always in movement. And once I started movement, I didn't stop until I got to my destination or it was time to stop.
Oh.
So getting hit definitely changed things. It made me slow down, sit down, smell the roses.
I understand that. Okay. And at what age you said that happened?
I was 20.
20 years old.
Yeah.
So back in, like you said, before the corona hit.
Yeah.
So do you ever look at that as, you said that you were doing a lot, right? Always up and down. Never really
stop and
never really stop, just keep going. Do you ever look at that situation that happened as a sign of God trying to tell you, like, listen, you need to slow down. I'm trying to redirect you to somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think so. Because, excuse me, I'm sorry.
Drink some water.
Yeah.
And he got the Essex bottle too, the water bottle, okay?
Hey, look, I had that little financial aid voucher. Free money is free money.
You got it already?
I had it, for the first spring semester.
Oh, okay. All right. Did they give that out like when did they give that out? In January?
Yeah, in January.
Okay. Nice. I don't have any getting this semester because I'm taking 6 classes. So I used up all of it. But it's so funny. I was not smart because I have to be full time. I should have just taken 4 classes and so I would have the remaining, but I wasn't thinking.
It's fine. Get it out the way.
Get it out the way. It's what it is. I got to get it done regardless of that. But yeah, back to what you were saying.
After the guy hit me, he didn't even fully speed off. He went like half a block, got out the car, checked, and then got back in his car, kept going. And I sat there for a while and I thought, wow, that's really messed up. But I'm not even mad at him as much as the next person. There was a lady in a truck. She was at the light. She saw the whole thing. She slowly drove past me, looked me in the eye, and kept going. Then stopped to help, then called, didn't do nothing.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the driver drove off
Half
and
a
then
block.
off a block, stopped, looked behind him.
Checked his car, make sure it was good, drove off, and the person that saw the whole thing looked me in the eyes and drove around me.
While you were on the floor?
While I was on the floor, in the middle of the road.
Was this daytime?
Nighttime. It was
Night-
like 3 a.m.
So they could have seen, the driver saw you, right? You think so?
There was lights. There was lights everywhere. It was a bright street.
And the woman, she just drove off.
Past.
So who called the cops?
Eventually, one of the, I don't want to call him a crackhead, but one of them old strong heads.
An angel that was there.
On the old strong heads.
Yeah.
On his bike, he was just driving by because he heard me like yelling. I was yelling for help. I was like, help, my legs, help. He heard me and he came by, and then some guy, he was in an Uber. He stopped the Uber, got out, called the ambulance, got back in Uber, and kept going.
Okay.
So the ambulance wound up coming. They flipped me over. They put me in the cast. They gathered my stuff. My board was on the other side of the road. My backpack was off. My headphones was broken. They cut my pants. They looked at my legs and said, yeah. So took a wheel ride to the ambulance. Wheel ride to the hospital. Had surgery.
Same day surgery, right?
Yeah.
Which hospital do you go to? Rutgers?
No, I went to You Must Die. Excuse me. I think it's called University Hospital now.
Is that in Hackins University Hospital?
Yeah.
In Rutgers.
No, Rutgers. Is it Rutgers now?
Yeah, Rutgers University in Newark.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Do you remember who was your doctor?
No, I don't.
No, I remember mine. His name is Adam. Dr. Adams. He was the one that looked after my foot. I did an emergency. They had to because I almost got amputated, my ankle and stuff. So did they call your parents? Like
No, I wound up calling my mom. I had them find my phone. I called my mom. I told her what was happening. Then I had the guy when was speaking with her. She met me at the hospital.
So did they ever find the guy?
No.
No cameras?
They said the cameras wasn't working.
How?
It was a business. It was a lot. It was so much. I look back at that experience, and I look back from the moment I got hit to the moment I got a surgery. And I realized that a lot of people just don't know how to handle trauma.
No.
And there's a lot of people that are nurses and EMTs that really don't know how to handle trauma, don't know how to be supportive or be consoling.
That's true. That's very true. Very aggressive. I point on that because I remember when I just met in mine and I went to the hospital, the people that was, because they had to cut my pants off too because they have to do that, to wrap your foot up, right? In the white thing, blood everywhere and stuff. They were very aggressive and very rude, telling you don't move, sit here, and like, I know what you're talking about.
That's the problem with
no empathy.
That's the problem with nursing, the nursing field in general, the medical field in general. A lot of people in the medical field are only about the money.
Yes.
They heard a lot that, oh, these nurses make this amount of money, they're always doing this, and they're always going on vacation and stuff like that. But they don't realize what comes with that. They don't realize that a lot of nurses have to work 3 doubles back to back.
Yes.
They don't realize that nurses have to deal with patients dying in front of them or patients giving birth and the baby being stillborn. Mm-hmm. They don't realize that being a nurse doesn't mean that you just sit back and relax, that you have to be on your feet, constantly paying attention, not to say that patients are children, but basically take care of children.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You have to constantly be aware of certain situations. There's no real peace, no real break in the medical field.
That's why they're so aggressive. Some of them
they're all
aggressive and so like ignorant.
And that's not to say all of them. Some of them are very kind. They actually care about their patients. They actually take time to learn and know and actually do the proper job and care.
Yeah.
So shout out to those nurses. Shout out to those doctors and those techs, those nursing assistants.
So how long were you in there for?
I was in the hospital for a week.
1 week? And how many surgeries did you end up doing after that?
I've had 2 surgeries.
2? Okay. And I know you were mentioning earlier that you potentially going to have to do a next one, right?
I might. It depends on what comes back from the results for my next doctor visits.
Okay. So you have to, is it a particular time that you have to, like hours that you can't be on your feet?
No. I like to call myself an able-bodied cripple.
Able-bodied cripple?
Yes.
What that mean?
So, like, I'm a cripple. I'm handicapped. I'm handicapped, but I'm able-bodied. Like, I can move around and function. It's just that once I start pushing myself or doing too much, that's when I really start feeling it. It's really have to remind myself that I'm not a young spring chicken. I'm not a healthy spring chicken.
Okay.
Like, a lot of times people, if you notice, I walk with a cane. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I might walk with it, sometimes I don't.
Okay.
When I don't walk with it, it's because, my legs are feeling all right. I feel all right to walk. It doesn't hurt too much, and I can get around.
Oh, got it.
But when I'm walking with the cane, it means that my legs is really hurting. Like, I need support to walk.
You need support of that.
Right.
Well, for the third surgery, I wish you the best.
Appreciate
recovery on that because it's a long journey and many people don't understand. When you go through a car accident, it's very traumatic, and it takes a long time mentally for you to really come out of that space, especially when you're going to be living with a lifetime, disability of that. Many people don't understand it. I'm telling you that much. Did you lose any friends?
Actually, no. I didn't lose any friends. I've always keep a small circle of friends. I don't really. I'm a popular loner, so I'm known, but I don't really have many friends. I have a lot of acquaintances. I have people that know me. Okay. But there's very few that will actually call my friends.
Oh, I know those. Are you talking to one? But what lesson do you think God was trying to teach you when that happened? Because I know you said that you were very busy and you just always on the go. And you felt like time for you to sit down.
Yeah, and it was time to slow down and actually pay attention, like slow down and focus. Because I was on the track just to do. I was on the track to just be working. Mm-hmm. At the time, I was working at Applebee's, and I was doing closing openings back and like 4 or 5 days a week.
Chasing the money.
Chasing the money.
Chasing the paper.
Chasing the paper.
Not actually taking care of your health.
Not doing. I would wake up at like 10, not 8, 9 in the morning, go to work by 10, 11, and I leave at 11 o'clock that night, get home by like 12, 1, and repeat it the next day.
Oh, wow. I know those.
And I was like that for a while. And then even after the surgery, after like 3 months, I thought I was big boss. I thought I could do it. I got a second job. I was working at a gas station.
Look at that.
I was working at attendant. I thought I was could handle it. Mm-hmm. About 2 months in, I couldn't do it. I almost collapsed.
Pushing that body. Not realizing. Let me ask you, before your car accident, was there one thing, with you working back and forth and all those hours and everything, did you ever like ask God for maybe a new life or something that you wanted, or I don't want to be doing this every day, like show me my purpose of something? Did you like ever ask for that? Never? Nope.
I was living life day to day. I didn't really have a plan, a goal in life. I didn't really plan to live out my life.
All right.
So I was just living off of impulse.
Just off the impulse.
Off of impulse. I wake up, if I had the money, if I wanted to do something, I'd do it.
Okay. So were you do you party a lot? Do you used to party? Or are you just like a fun guy?
A little bit of both. I used to be a big party guy, a big raver. Used to go to raves and parties. And
Jamaican parties?
Sometimes.
You like Jamaican parties?
Yeah. My mom's Jamaican.
You lie? Are you serious? I'm Jamaican. I know you can tell by my accent.
Yes.
You cannot. Some people said when I talk, some people think I'm Trinidadian. I don't know how they get that.
It's a different like dialect.
Yeah, because I don't talk raw patwa. I do talk raw patwa though. Like when I'm talking to like, not even to my mom. I just always have, in Jamaica, you have uptown and downtown. You have the one, I'm from the ghetto, to be honest with you. I don't grow up uptown, but I've never really have that ghetto accent, but I can get that ghetto accent. I always have like an English, maybe not proper English as American, because I do, be talking in past tense sometime and present tense sometime and stuff. It's just that's English reading I have to get. But in Jamaica and Patwa, we talk backwards with things. So, but my English is not really, but how is my English?
It's passable.
It's possible. You can
passable.
Understand, right?
No, I can't. I can't understand you at all. I'm joking with you. I'm joking.
I can. Him say he can't understand me. You see, knowing but he can't understand that. So you said the pivotal moment of your life is that car accident, and it make you wake up and be like, I want to do something with my life.
Yeah, so I gotta try to focus more. That's when I really went to college. That's why I went to communications and had to do something. I was still on the go, still working a lot. I wound up doing hard labor jobs, working construction, garbage truck. That was really, really tiring. So God sent me another lesson, and it was like go in the hospital for like a week. And I was like, okay, cool. Let's try bartending and serving again.
Okay.
I became a bartender at Red Robin, started serving, working in the kitchens, been doing that. And then it was just like, it's not me.
It wasn't like, this is not the life that I want to live.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, it's cool, it's fun. I made some good friends and I made some good money, but it was so dead end, repetitive.
Yeah.
I don't know if you watched SpongeBob, but there's this one episode where Squidward went to this town full of like Squidwards, and at first he was living his best life,
happy and every single thing.
But then he kept doing the same thing, and he just got bored. That's what it was like for me.
Yeah.
So I realized that I didn't want to do that. I started doing other things. Started taking more photos. Started trying to change the fields. I went into management at one point. Realized
try a lot of things.
Yeah, I did a lot of things. I like to do things. I realized that I myself, I don't like leadership roles. I don't like being like a supervisor. So I don't want that responsibility. That's so much responsibility. It's not that I can't handle it. It's just that I'm lazy. Like I can handle the responsibility. I can do it. I know I can do it, and it's not that difficult. It's just that I don't want that responsibility. I want to be free. I don't want that.
Okay.
So
you're not lazy. You just need to be more disciplined and more responsible of that. So you feel
I'm doing better with that. Like at the stadium job I just got a promotion. So
where?
Red Bull Arena. I got the stadium job I'm working at.
Okay.
I got a promotion. I went from a regular cashier to a stand lead. So.
And that you're on your feet still, right?
Yeah.
It's in the Presidential Center.
No, this is all Harrison.
There's a stadium in Harrison?
A stadium? Yeah, soccer, football.
Oh, okay, all right. So it's something that you're enjoying, which is good. And you said your passion is photographer.
Yeah.
Photographing.
Film. I love photographing film. I love taking pictures and videos.
Okay, I'm a canvas.
We collab at some point.
All right. I'm working with I'm in Miss New Jersey, okay? I'm about to go for my pageant next month. And I'm going to win it. I am a winner already.
You got my vote.
All right. I love that. So I'll ask you, so what's your biggest challenge currently now that you found your lane?
Remembering to stay in it. Remembering that you've been through this before and it's not worth it. It's not worth that.
What do you mean you've been through this before and it's not worth it?
Like, not... So certain situations, I wouldn't say are repetitive, but a lot of people go through similar situations. So you kind of see similar things a lot. And when I see certain patterns or certain marks that I know or what might come, I gotta remember that you don't have to do that. It's not your place. You have a certain place. You have a certain thing. You have a certain limit. You have a certain reservoir of energy, and it's nice to help people every now and then, right? But you can't constantly keep helping people. Can't constantly empty yourself out if you have, and then you be empty yourself.
Yes. So listening to what you're saying, so his biggest challenge in staying in his lane currently is making sure that he's mentally focusing on his lane and not somebody else. Because you can't pour from an empty glass. You have to pour within yourself. And that's so you stay focused on your path of what you need to get into. So when you see negative traits of past experience, it's trying to come in your way and distracting you out of your lane, you have to catch yourself in knowing, okay, I can't do that. I'm not going to fall back into that trap. I got to focus on myself.
Yeah.
That's what you mean, right?
Yeah.
So one of your hardest challenge, so you say your hardest challenge right now is staying disciplined to yourself, to self.
Yeah.
Right? And not influenced
by others. Yeah.
By others of that. And I think that's the number one thing. Sometimes it's very hard, within itself. But I think that's the number one thing to growth and within yourself of that, because we tend to sometimes need other people or let other people kind of take us out of what we want within itself. So I like that. You cannot pour out of an empty cup All right. And it's so funny. I remember going to model camp in 2021 and I met this young lady. And at the time I was going through something. I'm sharing a little personal stuff with you real quick. The time I was going through something with a friend that was living in my home and stuff. And the young lady looked at me. I didn't know her from Adams. And she said to me, why do you keep pouring in everyone's cup and your cup is empty? And I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, you keep helping people. You keep giving people advice on what to do and you need it yourself. You can't pour out of an empty cup. You got to start pouring and you got to be selfish. And it's okay to be selfish because many of these people, if you realize, many selfish people make it very far. And you'll be like, but I'm so good and I'm being... No, you got to be selfish to your goals. You got to be selfish to the things that you want because, listen, you're the author of your life and nobody's going to get it for you but you because these people are selfish. Selfishness take you very far, all right? So how do you currently handle criticism? Or negative feedback in that manner?
It does. So for negative feedback and criticism, I go through stages. So originally, at first I'm like, what do you mean? I get offended. Like, what do you mean? Why you say that? Then I'll sit down and I'll think about it. Like, am I like this? What traits or what did I do to make them do that? And then if I feel like what they said is wrong, I'm going to confront them about that. Like, what do you mean by that? I don't feel like that way. Why do you feel like that? But if I can see where their points is coming from, then I'll just take that criticism and work on it.
Okay, I like that because I think in today's climate, you know, especially with the Gen Z and everything, I feel like people doesn't really, if you try to confront, because people get the two mixed up, critique and criticism. Mm-hmm. You understand? It's one when you critique somebody, it's just all negative, right? Mm-hmm. Criticism is okay. You need to do something. You need to
work on yourself.
Yes, you need to work on yourself. Like it will be great for you to. But I feel like the Gen Z or this climate that we're in, they don't take that very like good. They take that as a negative. They don't comprehend. Yes. They like, how do you put it when you're talking to someone? They don't listen to understand. They listen to respond. Mm-hmm. And I think that's like a negative quote of that. So how do you currently like manage tasks now that you're in this new lane and balancing working in the stadium?
I focus on what's important. I set up for the week. I go week by week.
Love that.
I do priorities. So if let's say I need to do laundry, I set that up. I need dishes done or I need to do homework. That's done first. If I want to have fun or just go out and release, because I've realized that you need to take at least one day of the week to just do something for you. Mm-hmm. So I'll plan it out like Tuesday after class was done and stuff like that. I went to the movies.
By yourself?
By myself.
Self-love. Treat yourself. You got to do that.
You can't love yourself if you can't. You can't love others if you don't love yourself.
I love that. You need to listen to my Valentine's Day self-love. That was so good. I break down self-love in so many incremental, and the E is one of them, where you got to get out of the funk. You got to treat yourself. You understand? You can't just be in it or whatever. So
it don't have to be much. You could just go outside and feed some birds at the park.
Yeah, take a walk.
Do
something that feeds your soul.
Buy yourself a new soap or something. You know, buy yourself a new bracelet. Buy some shoes. Buy a new hat.
Yes,
something.
Make yourself happy. I love that. So currently based on your story, you didn't really share. You didn't want to share too much trauma and stuff, which is understandable. Maybe when I bring you back, you talk. Maybe when you feel comfortable. When you get on your podcast, you will get into it. But I know you just went through a lot of experience, so maybe that's still overwhelming on your part. But what lessons have you learned from your failures or setbacks?
It's okay to fail. It's okay to get down. It's okay to break down and cry. But it's not okay to stay down. It's not okay to stay broken.
No, it's not.
It's okay. Even the strongest will break down and cry.
Yes.
But once you're done crying, once you really release it, you have to wipe your tears off, set a game plan, and set a motion. You can't just stay stagnant because that's where they get you.
I love that. So how do you continue to learn and grow within your lane right now?
I watch, observe, I interact.
I like that. And this is a new lane for him, but a passion. Get that right?
Yeah.
Okay, I love it. So I do have maybe like just 2 more questions. So what's important? Self-care. So what's the most important thing for self-care?
For self-care?
Yes. No, I got that wrong. It's self-awareness.
For self-awareness.
Yes, when staying in your lane.
The most important thing for self-awareness when staying in your lane
Yes.
is to realize that you are not in the center of the universe. You may be the main character of your little story. You may have that, but just like all those people you walk past are side characters in your story, you're a side character in theirs.
I love that.
You just gotta realize that sometimes it's not about you. It's not about what you want or how you do it. You can't control it. There's other people, other aspects, other elements at play.
Guys, I hope you're listening, okay? You can take a lot of gems from this, all right? So from a listener out there, what advice would you give someone that's actually struggling in their lane?
Take it slow and find your limits.
Take it slow and find your limits. So take it slow. Find your limits. Do not pour into other people's cup and leave yours empty. I just add on to the end of that.
Yeah.
'Cause I
and
like it.
You don't have to rush. Even if it seems like you're running out of time, you're not. You have to sometimes sit down and really think to yourself, am I running out of time? Like, look at me. I'm 25. I'm trying to rush around, do this, try to get my life together. I'm 25. But my parents, my family didn't have it together at 25. Heck, some of them are still trying to get it together now, and they're like the 50s, 60s. You don't have to rush.
You don't. Many people, I like that you touch on time, because time, maybe I always say time is against men. But there's a verse in the Bible, because I'm a big Bible girl. Oh my God. God said, you see the verse, it just said, but it goes, whatever time that you lost, as long as you seek the kingdom, just know that God will give it back to you 10 times more. So if you feel like, okay, I'm 5 years behind, like I lost out all these years and everything, I feel like everybody has surpassed me and everything. No, just know that God is going to give you back those years. As what they said, what's his name did not have his business until he's like 52. What's that gentleman's name? Oh my God.
Couldn't tell you.
I have his name. But the point that I'm trying to make is time, they always say waits on no man, but that's a lie. You just have to know how to manage it, and you just have to know how to just know that God is going to give you back what you lost without comparison of where somebody else is at. So I love that. So what's one thing that you think the listeners could take away from your life story today?
You can lose. You can never lose. You can only learn.
Okay.
No matter how many times it seems that you lost, or you're down, or you're just rock bottom, there's a lesson in there. There's somewhere you can take whatever you're going through, realize what's going on, and do better. And now you know what to do. Now you know. Now you're more prepared.
Yes.
Now you can avoid that situation.
Yes.
You never lose. You only learn.
You never lose, you only learn. Okay? I hope you guys state that. I love that. You're never losing, you're only winning or learning. Yes. So what's one quote that you live by?
Be who you are, because no matter what you do, people will judge. So you might as well do what you love.
Ooh, I love that. Ooh, that's not... I love that. Y'all heard that? Y'all heard that? The last part ring bells. No matter what you do, repeat that for them again. They didn't hear it. Let me turn your mic up. Go again. Come on. Let them hear. Drop it. Go.
Just be yourself.
Yes.
Do what you want to do. No matter what you do, people are going to judge. They're going to judge hard, and they're just going to judge heavy. So you might as well do what you love and do your passion.
Yes. Do. No matter what you do, they're going to judge regardless. So why not just do it? You understand? Because I love that quote. Because, oh my God, social media. You're in media and technology now. I'm very sure you see how these young men and women allow social media
To dictate their
to
life.
dictate their life, right? And be fearful and just be scared and like, oh, this person may judge me. I don't want to do that or anything like that. This person is doing that. Or try to follow. What do you think about comparison?
You can't really compare. Everybody is not set up the same way. The only way you can compare is if you and the person you try to compare yourself to has literally the same opportunities, the same backgrounds, the same raising. If you can't say that y'all are basically twins, then you can't compare.
Comparison is the steal of joy.
Comparison is a setback.
Yeah.
You're not comparing yourself to nobody but yourself. If you want to compare somebody, compare your old self. Compare your old self to your current self. Is it the same? Is it better? Is it worse?
That's the comparison. Put pen to paper, journal, you understand. And listen, do not live in regrets, all right? So any final wisdom for them out there? I know you've been dropping some gem, but I know. Do you have any final thing that you want to say to them?
Well, life is out here. It's hard and it's getting harder. You can't hold on to certain grudges. You can't hold on to certain things. You got to find just select few people, work out whatever small differences is, and stay true to yourself. You got to stay true to yourself and unify people. Stay together, stay grounded, and stay loved. That's it.
Stay true to self. Many people don't know how to talk to themselves or even be alone. Listen, you got to know how to have a conversation with yourself first before you can have one with somebody else.
If you can't enjoy your own company, how can someone else enjoy your company?
How can? Hey, listen, you never need somebody else to make you happy. You got to find happiness from within. They're just an add-on. Okay. So any final thing that you want to ask me before I wrapped up and give them my final thought?
Any advice you want to give to me? Anything you want to say about me?
Of course. I leave you with I just leave you with this advice. I would say you do have a story and I can tell. And whenever you're ready to share it, don't let no one hold you back, because your story, as I always said, is your glory and it may help somebody else, right? So you do have a voice and that voice can go very far away. So never let no situation that in the past that may have affected you or someone make you feel some type of way, in any way feel like, okay, I got to close out myself. No, this is your life and you're gonna do it how you want to do it. You understand? So if one person did not accept you in a certain way, doesn't mean that somebody else won't. The right person will always be there to listen, to cheer you on, to support you in every single way. So never use one bad apple and spoil the next bunch. All right? So open up for growth because you're on a great path. All right.
Appreciate you.
So for all my listeners out there, I just want to tell you guys, thank you so much. Thank you, Jeri, for even coming on and sit down with me.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate for the opportunity.
I cannot wait for you to have your podcast. And I would definitely, I'm letting you know now, be a guest. One of your guests on your show. And yes, welcome to the podcast club. You have a new friend in me, like your spirit and everything. I wish you good luck on this journey. Do Essex, get that degree, and let's graduate. Let's get it done. And for my listeners out there, listen to me. Whatever you're doing, I always tell you guys, I come on here every day. I do not have it together. I'm taking my time. Okay, my camera, just storage full. That's okay. I do not have every single thing together. It has been, but listen, I'm getting through it, all right? So I'm not going to come on here and tell you guys everything is all peaches and cream. It's not.
It
but
never will be.
It never will be. We're living and we're breathing. Listen, if something happened yesterday, you got to cry it out. But keep on moving.
Take that next step.
Just keep on moving. I'm going to have a conversation with you guys next week for my personal. If I ever tell you guys what happened to me this week, you'd be like, wow. And something happened on Tuesday and I had to do it was so heavy, but I had to do an interview and you would think nothing happened. So listen, just continue focusing on your dream, focusing on your goal, whatever you got to do. And as Jeri said, time, whatever you lose, God will give it back to you 100 times. So don't think I'm too old to do this. It's too late to do this. No. Once you're breathing, there is still hope until you're dead. All right? Until there's no breath in you. Keep on going and speak to God, because he will help you. Don't be afraid to get on your knee. Don't be afraid to ask him for help. All right? He's there. So as I always tell you guys, see the kingdom and everything that you wish for will be granted to you. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. Be fearless, never fearful. Stay. Elaine. What we said, stay. Elaine. Ready, set, goes. Ready, set, goes. Ready, 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 set, goes. I love you guys. Hope you guys have an amazing day, and go over and check me out on Instagram. Okay. Love you. Bye. That's the wrong one. There we go.
This has been a production of the Essex County College Podcast Club. Copyright 2024, all rights reserved.